Hello everybody and welcome to this first official episode. We did the little bit of a setup episode first, episode 0 as I called it. We're coming back today. We're going to go through a bit of a transfer update because we finally have some players. We are going to play the first game of the Group A of the PVFA Cup, which kind of takes up the opening part of our schedule, as you can see over here. So we're going to do the games today against Yatel and Mariki FC. I know nothing about either team, and my scouts seem none the wiser as well. But you know, that's all part of the fun of playing football at this level. So a little bit of a full disclosure on the transfer thing. As I said in the last video, I was going to go up and down all of the countries around Vanuatu on the world rankings, see who I could pick up, see if I could make any signings, and I did. 196 of them. It turns out the game's not quite equipped to deal with 196 players coming in at the same time because the transfer window wasn't quite open yet, and it wouldn't progress past the opening of the transfer window. So I had to cheat the system a little bit. I had to work out which of those players were the best to probably sign. I made a list, I checked the devices of Christmas, that's what we do. And I came down with a fairly good little squad. Now, I'm not going to go through all of the players today. I'm just going to go through the ones we're going to be using, the ones you're going to get to know, because they're probably going to be the first 11. But let's take the jump across. We'll have a look at the team and we'll see who is starting for us for today. So, starting goal as we so often do. So this is Jeffrey Mamani. He's from the Solomon Islands, 19 years old, incredible potential. Could really be a top goalkeeper at this level. He's apparently a sweeper keeper. We're probably going to be using him more in the traditional goalkeeper role. He's not spectacular, he's fairly quick off his line, he can reach a lot when he jumps. Sometimes he even gets to it. Not great at handling the ball, which could make for some wonderful blooper videos, we'll have to see. But we picked him up on a free, came to us from Olympics in his home country. Well, we'll see what goes for him. At right back we've got Kian Lee from Anguilla, which is in the Caribbean. He's got 5 caps, so he's a current international. He's one of our better players, 3.5 stars, 4.5 potential ability. At fullback, fairly quick, he can sort of tackle. His concentration's very good for this level. His marking's a bit suspect, but we'll work on that. And he's come from Roaring Lions, which feels like the name of a Disney sports film. But yeah, again, all these guys are on non-contract terms. None of them wanted to be paid every week, which is very generous of them considering they've all moved to the middle of nowhere. The centre half, Humphrey Day, again, Solomon Islands. I think he's also from Naha. Again, no idea. But he's in their squad. He's got 2 caps already at 18, 3 stars again. It's not bad, and he can improve. And he's a decent all-round centre-back at this level. Like, he makes good decisions. He could be quicker. We're going to work on his fitness training, on his quickness training. But he can tackle. He can sort of head. His marking's good. He's going to be a solid player. He'll develop into something good for us. Partnering him at the back is going to be Micah Paulinho, who's from Guam, 22 caps, a lot of experience at this level. He probably does his fair share of defending because Guam are not the strongest country in Asia. He's come over to us from Guam Shipyard. I'm assuming they're a Dockers team, but that's about all I can really tell you. If we just go back in, you'll see his stats. He's fairly quick, he's got some good stamina, he's fit, he can mark, he can tackle some, positioning's alright. A little bit suspect in the air, which I think is just down to him just being bad at heading, because he's tall enough for a centre half, but we'll make him work. Starting left back for us, we've got John Tanisapa, again, from the Solomon Islands. another very good player for this level. He's very quick, he can tackle, he can mark, he knows where he needs to be. I think he's going to be good for us going forward. We'll probably see a few assists from him. He's another one who's come from Olympics, and he's played for some wonderful name teams, Sunbeam. We'll see how he turns out. He's going to be at left back. He'll probably be our starting left back most of the season. On the right wing, Vanuatu Hodge, another Anguillan international, 22 years old. His best position apparently is at right wing back, although his best duty is as a winger, which is where we're going to use him today. Comes again from Roaring Lions. Love to do a save with them at some point. I don't think it's going to be anytime soon, but we'll bear that in mind. Again, he's fairly quick. Let's go to the right thing. Fairly quick. He's got some good technique. He can cross a ball. It's going to be the source of a few assists for us. He's been playing quite well in pre-season, so we'll see how he turns out. In the centre, Kivoa Lake. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce his first name. We're going to guess. Again, Anguillan. 3 caps, so he's played. His best position is on the wing. I'm a bit. So he's literally in the team because he's one of our better players. It felt like I had to find a way to get him in. In centre mid, he is not the best. He can't pass a ball, but he works harder than most of the team. I'm hoping he'll bring something that's kind of a bit of an experiment. If not, we'll have to figure out how, where we use him, because he feels like the kind of player we need to make use of. Alongside him, Peter Glinton. I think he's the oldest player in the squad right now. We'll have to check in a second. He taps the cake aside. 2 caps, again, very good all round. Not really got much room to improve, but he feels like he can be that strong kind of workhorse in the centre of midfield. His first touch is good, he's a good pass through the ball, he's got stamina for days, he's not the slowest. Not playing anywhere big, but you know, we'll hope for the best for him. Like I said, I think he is the oldest player in the squad, which, when you can say that about a 25-year-old, is pretty good by anyone's standards. On the left wing, this isn't actually our first choice left winger. We've got 2 who can kind of interchange a little bit, but the other one isn't quite match fit. This is Joe Asa from Papua New Guinea, 13 caps, 4 goals, quality alright. He's quick, he can cross a ball, he can dribble, doesn't look like he's going to be afraid to take a man on. He's got good technique and he works hard. I'm expecting him to show me something, if I'm honest. I can't pronounce that club he played for, I'm not going to try. But I'll show you the alternative, the guy who may well be the first choice left winger, may not, if I can just find him on my list somewhere. Let's go in the easy way, because I can't remember. Even despite my attempts to not sign 190 players, I stand up with 50. Arif Hatabi. It says Joe is better, he's better going forward. Arif is better, well, we've kind of got, we're playing a 4-4-2, so he's kind of better on that left side. He's an English player. He's playing for Pickup. He's been playing for Magpies in Gibraltar before that, so he's been around a bit. Again, he's quick. His stamina is a little bit suspect. We're going to work hard on that. Maybe not as good at crossing, maybe not quite so good technique, not as hard a worker. These 2 we're just going to see which of these 2 comes on to the best form, I think. Up top, 2 very young strikers. Raynal Krishna is playing today in a kind of target man role, largely because he's decent in the air. His passing is not much, his first touch is good, he's got some good anticipation, he's quick as well though, so he can move around. I think we might see a few goals out of him. We got one out of him in pre-season. It's tough because I like to play with that target man poacher combination up top, especially at this level. They seem to be the easiest roles for people to learn, and he's kind of the best of a bad bunch. Everyone really at the club is a poacher. Alongside him, Jonathan Guichard, and Guinea International again from Spartans, which I like. Let's go back again. He's going to be playing as a poacher. His finishing is incredibly good for this level. He's quick, he's agile. He's going to suck at one-on-ones, but we can work on his composure. We will work on his composure. He's scoring quite freely though in pre-season, which is something we like. Krishna, by the way, the only Fijian in the starting lineup. It's a lot of these players are from elsewhere in Oceania. Our second choice keeper is Edwin Sunil. He's better with his hands. He might be the better goalkeeper overall. Between the sticks is a position we're going to play with, because we've got two young keepers who can kind of both do the same job. We're just going to chop and change them around, see who hits form. He's played sort of half the time in pre-season. The other keeper has played the other half. Again from Fiji 18 years in their under 20 squad. I'm not trying to pronounce that team. We'll be fine. Our backup centre back, Alan Sony, again Fijian. This will become a theme from Suva. He's also in their under 20 squad. He's got a lot. There's a lot of potential. You'll see everyone here has a lot of potential right now. Woody Gibson, experienced player, is one of our I think he's our captain currently, which may change. He's very versatile. I'm kind of trying to train him to play on the right wing as well, just so he can fill in a little bit everywhere. 2 caps for Turks and Caicos, so he's decent, good pace. It doesn't seem to matter where we play him. He's got the attributes to fill a role, which is what we're looking for really. Just that filling of a role. Timothy Payoka, another Solomon Islander international, good player, good all-round player. I like him because he can play in defence, he can play in midfield. He feels like Carrilero role, which I sometimes make use of, sometimes I don't. He can also play in defence, and he's very versatile. He's a good option. He's a good option off the bench if we need to change anything up. Another Olympics and Sunbeam player who apparently took 14 years off to do whatever people do when they do that. And then on the bench, our striker, Tyreek Leslie. He's another English player. It says his best position is inside forward, but if you look at his stats up top, he's not too bad. He can finish, he's quick, he's good off the ball, he'll be good in a one-on-one. I feel like he's going to be someone we make use of, get some goals out of. He's also played for Pickup and Magpies. His highest has been in the Vanarama National for Bromley, but we'll make him work. That's pretty much the rundown of everyone we've signed. There are a few more players, like I said, as they come into the team we'll talk about them. I want to talk a little bit as well about training. So I'm managing the under-20s because we've got a lot of young players at the club. They've got some good potential. I want to kind of develop them. You'll see a lot of the players that are in the first team are also down here. We signed some of the greyed out players. We signed a few, we gave ourselves options because no one is collecting a weekly wage. We can afford to play around a little bit. Tactics wise, this is a tactic I've used a lot to develop young players. I put it on the workshop if anyone wants to see it for themselves. It won't win you games. It's really important to understand this formation will not win you games. It's purely for developing young players, and what it does is it takes everyone on your team and it puts them in the positions that and the roles that earn the best stats upgrades the fastest. So for training a keeper, putting one sweeper keeper works on more of their stats at once. A complete wing back develops their pace as much as they develop their technical skills. Ball playing defenders develop their technical skills, their physical, they develop all round. There's not much you can do with wide players. You can use either winger or wide midfielder depending on whether they need work on their creativity, their passing, their speed, whatever it is. But usually if you play them as a winger and you train them as a wide midfielder, you can get some really good balance from that. The Roman playmaker works on everything midfielding, bar tackling, you can always add that on, and the complete forward does exactly what it suggests. So this won't win games. I expect our under-20s not to do well, although I think they actually had a fairly decent pre-season. They played a couple of friendlies, and they've only lost once since we switched to this formation, which isn't bad. But again, it's just about making those young players learn roles. We've been using that same formation with the seniors in friendlies. Now we took over just after this game. You can see, like, it's probably the fact that we're the only team with players that's playing this league. I wouldn't want to risk it here. I'm going to go with something a bit more traditional. So I think that's pretty much everything. We got our coaching badge paid for, so we're on our coaching course. So is a couple of our staff. We've got staff now, a lot of staff now. I haven't bothered with recruitment because there's no one for them to really look at, and there's no one that I'd want to sign having looked up and down the league. There's one striker I consider I couldn't get him. I'll be looking for some medical staff. I just haven't got there yet. In terms of our coaching team, it's a fairly good spread. We've got Fred, which I hired him for his name, but he is the best assistant manager in the country, which is just outstanding. Bon Wilkins, who frankly, if he didn't come here, I think is currently gone up in smoke. No one. Okay, we'll let that go. Jean-Yves Haitong, he's just a good all-round coach. He's good at working with young players, the kind of guy we need. And Brian frankly, Freddie begged me to hire him. I think he's the slightly special younger brother. We won't tell him that. We'll keep him going. We'll keep him on the team. I think I may have hired someone from the under 20s as well. So we don't have a manager, but it's always good to have a keeping coach around, especially to work with the young players. He is shockingly the best goalkeeping coach in the country. I think he just yells catch him. We'll see. Anyway, so we're gonna go into the match now, because I can't think of anything else I need to show you. Finances, by the way, steadily improving. I don't expect that to continue. I think the costs will eat into that way more than they maybe should. But yeah, let's go and play Yatel. Now it should be a walkover. That's always a good start. They're predicting an absolute massacre. I like that. It's less pressure. You can see what's going on. You see where we're at. So we've got the two attacking wingers, we've got the defensive central mid, we've got the automatic central mid that I'll probably play around with during the game if we need to. Target man and poacher up front. The standard back four. There's nothing overly surprising there. So we'll submit that and we'll see what occurs. All the magic of shirt numbers. No one wants anything special, so they can just take what they're given, and those numbers are all over the place. Just while we're waiting for the teams to warm up, because this always seems to happen for ages. I don't know why. I probably need a better computer. Oh, we've got some team going up. While we're looking at these, we'll look through these in a second properly. Please do find me on Twitter. I'm chasing lamely on Twitter. Please do find me on Patreon at the same. If you want to throw in some money and save me from student hell, maybe I can eat something that doesn't come out of a tin for a change. Hit the like and subscribe buttons whilst you've got very little else to do, because we're going to go through this a little bit. So as you can see, we're playing the 4-4-2. They've gone with what honestly looks like they've just thrown darts at the pitch and attached players' names to it. There's no one here I would worry about. I think they're mostly fake players on this team. In fact, let's just click in just to make sure they haven't actually signed any real life footballers, because that would make life awkward if it will let me go into it. It won't. It's okay. We're going to assume they're nobodies, because they're destined for defeat anyway. That's the belief we've got to have. So they're playing 4-2-1-3. There's going to be a lot of gap here to exploit, a lot wide. I expect our fullbacks will probably have a good game off of them today as well. Let's go into the dressing room. I don't tend to care much about team talks this early on, so let the assistants try and make something work. Nobody cares. Nobody cares what we have to say. That's nice. Alternatively, you're about to take charge of your first match. Can you sort your feelings? Let's call it a special day. don't know why I'm here. Jeffrey Mamani is the captain. What do you see in a leader? We'll call him a natural choice. I didn't pay any attention to that because, frankly, it doesn't matter who I choose. It's very important to start our group fixtures with a victory. Do you think we'll find motivation a problem? My team is always motivated, because if they're not, I kill them. That should be an option. It's not. We can't threaten to kill the players. They might play a bit better if they did. Let's just mess with the settings though, which make sure it's right. Keep it on key. That should be fine. So let's see if we can produce anything. And we're playing in the white with the white and black, as I said before. So our nickname and our kit colours is. Bouchard's on his way through 1-on-1. Oh, straight at the keeper. That was unnecessary. Just poor all round. But we've got a corner. We'll see what we can do from it. Hopefully something. Lake's going to whip it across, and he barely beat the first man. It's been cleared. Hodges got the second ball though. Clinton, just wasn't paying attention, was he? He wasn't even looking at what he was doing. Tanisapa, that was probably a foul, but we'll take it, and he's just hoofed it as far as he can to nobody. But that's alright, it's good. We've got the first attack in. I think we can probably keep this pressure up. We'll keep an eye on these stats here in the middle, but I don't think we've got anything to really stress about in this game. Just a lack of highlights. So we'll let this tick some more. Hopefully it will show us something eventually. It'd be really nice to have the first episode not be just this boring 1-0 win or 0-0 draw or something that makes it worth playing. You can see the stats, so they're mounting up. They haven't got any shots in. We've got a few in. We've committed the odd foul, but we're okay. Our players aren't suffering for fitness nearly as badly as they are. If you look at just those numbers, they're dying rapidly. Someone needs to offer them a Snickers or something. But yeah, time is just kind of ticking away. Nothing seems to be happening. To be honest, I don't want to try and force it, because I always find when you try and force something to happen, it just goes badly. I think if I went to attacking at this stage, I'd probably just find we'd concede some lucky goal. We've got a highlight there. We've got a Kian Lee with a throw-in to Krishna. Krishna's got to get rid of that somewhere to Glinton, who hopefully won't. Who was looking the right way this time. Lake with a ball over the top to Guichard, and he's fired it wide. But we're building pressure. We're getting shots. We've not been threatened by them yet, and that's good to see. It means our defence is working well. It means our midfield is dealing with that midfield battle very well. We just need to get our strikers to pay enough attention to put a ball in the net. Krishna looks like he's taken a touch of a knock. We might have to look into doing something with him, but we won't panic. It's not like we're under pressure. Caltac now for them with a free kick. Whips it across to Wilkins. I don't know how we let the ball get to him without being marked properly. Someone needs to clear that. It's a lucky escape. And it's their first shot though. It was 40 minutes into the game. That's their first shot, and the best they could do with it was give us a goal kick. So we've had a little bit of a scare. I think we'll probably just keep going. I am not overly impressed with our front two's performance, but I don't want to panic. That's always the danger. Let's have a look. We're at half time. We've made it there 0-0. There's very little going on. Let's have a look at the tactics. Maybe I can. Maybe we can push Lake forward into there. This could end in disaster. If it does, expect me to panic and put it back. We'll have you playing as a playmaker just to see if you can make anything happen at all. Krishna, will make you an advance forward. I want you to chase into the lanes a little bit more. It's about all we can really do. We'll see how that goes. See what the assistant says. They're looking fired up. That's good. That's good. The assistant manager's done a job. Fred is on the game right now. The second half, let's see if we can steal a win before we have to make any changes to the front two. I'm assuming nothing's going from this kick-off highlight. I don't. They seem so redundant most of the times. But Lake's hoofing it forward. We're still on the ball. No, that's gone. That was a bit too much false hope for us, wasn't it? Where are Krishna? He's definitely taken a bit of a kicking from someone. He's going to have to come off at some point in the near future, I think. But we'll wait a little bit. Wait a few more minutes just before we make any panicky changes. Because we're not under pressure. We're not taking any pressure from them at all, really. They're just kind of hoofing up the middle, and I guess we're getting red. Let's have a look. Let's see what we can do about some tactical changes. I apologise for the constant ums, by the way. I just don't think very well. We'll take Krishna off. We'll put Leslie on. Try and find him a way to play that's gonna. Let's go with a deep lying forward. That feels like it's got some potential. If you can bring Lake in, maybe bring the two wingers in, will be okay. There's no glaring need to make any other change immediately. Let's just see if we can maybe grab a goal from somewhere. Be nice if our first goal came from an English player, but I can't see it. I've been hit by that early season pessimism already, but we'll see what happens. They've made a sub. They've taken off someone I've never heard of, replaced him with someone I've never heard of. It might work out. They've got a goal kick. Hopefully they won't take this too far. They've managed to get it through, but Day should have that. He's just whipped it upfield. Wishard's onto it. Can he beat the keeper? He has. It's 1-0. There we go. Straight Route 1. Route 1 was what we needed. Nothing funny, nothing classy. No 70 passes. No walking it into the net. Tony Pulis, hats off. You've made that work for us again. Leading the way in football technology. Let's have a look at the replay. So Day again with a huge hoof up the field. Wishard just picks it up. I don't know why there was no one on him. And slots it in the bottom corner. You couldn't ask for a better first goal. Even if this is 1-0, we'll make it work for us. Some subs, because Hodge looks like he is suffering a touch. Probably just struggling to match fitness. I said I'm trying to get Gibson learning how to play on the right, so we'll play him on the right. We'll see if he can figure it out. There's no good reason not to. I can't see as they're going to come back at us hard enough. That's going to be a problem. We're going to move Glinton back across. Lake is looking a little bit tired, so we'll put him back in there, and we'll put Peoka on. Who I think can play in here, and if he can't, we're just gonna sit him in front of the back four if we need to. I'm not feeling pressure to score goals. I go the Carrilero, kind of a box to box. It may or may not work at this level, but we'll give it a go. I'm feeling confident. That's ourselves. One of the things, by the way, I really like about this league, one of the reasons I chose it as well, is just the desire to play in a smaller league and have a bit of an adventure. There's no limit on the number of players you can have. There's no limit on the number of foreign players you can have. Essentially, if they will sign for us, we can play them, which is a nice break from the Premier League, where you often find you sign that one really good player at the end of the transfer window, but then you can't register him, or you have to unregister another player you need. It's quite restrictive. We're in the final 10 now. It's looking good. Tanis Upper's got a throw in. Isa, Guishard to Peoka. Peoka with a ball over the top to Leslie, and Leslie has hit it on the volley, smashed it into the net. That was special. Oh, it's been called offside. It's been called offside. That is, sorry, while I just try and uncheck that, because I don't want to see those showing replays. it'd be nice to, as much as I like having little analysis things on the sides, they're not very good during the replays. I should have thought about that for the YouTube, really. We're still all over them. The 1-0 doesn't really do us justice. Gibson might have a chance to double figures here. Into Day with the header, beautiful. Woody Gibson with a textbook corner onto his head, and that's doubled our lead. That has definitely got us to win. I can't see them scoring 2 or even 3 in the time that's left. There's a minute and a half left to play. It's going to work out at 3-4. They've got nothing. So successful. Winning that first competitive match. That's a good start. There aren't really any teams I feel any stress about in this mini group stage. So I think we'll get through. We'll play the next game just to make sure we can keep these good times rolling. Just wait for the clock to tick out. Can we make it safely? I'm pretty sure we can. This will be the final whistle in just a few seconds. They don't know what to do with themselves. They're passing it around. I think this is the closest they've got to our goal, bar that free kick, the entire game. And that's it. That's the game. Well played, boys. Well done. Yeah, nice solid win. 2-0. Can't complain. That's how we like to start things. That's how we like these things to go. If we can keep winning like that, I'll be happy. Wasn't the most exciting game in the world, but that's life for you. We can't always get the exciting 7-goal thriller in the opening game of the series. Assistant, if he said anything other than you guys played well, I'd have been shocked. They played very well. Tim Gibson, by the way, Woody Gibson has done alright considering he was out of position. I've got faith he can learn this. But we'll leave the match. Humphrey Day, 8.5 rating on his debut, brilliant. Got himself a goal. He's only a young'un as well. It's all we can really ask for. Whilst it does its magical loady thing, I should point out, I'm going to apologise for any randomly long looking load times. I don't like to edit too much. I'd rather talk to you whilst it does stuff. I'm on an older laptop. I need to upgrade it, so there may be times where that's obvious and there may be times where it's not obvious, but we'll see what's going on. Also, I want to just give a shout out to James, who commented on the first episode of the series, on episode 0. Say thank you for mentioning the logo packs. I completely forgot to install any, but I managed to find one that actually has Vanuatu in it, which is a small miracle in itself. We're working on the other stuff. We'll work on the thumbnails as we go along, because I really can't do Paint Shop or Photoshop or any other graphic editing thing, so I'm still learning. Hopefully everything else will be okay though. We hammered them apparently. Frankly, the stats say differently. I'd expect us to have more possession with a hammering of them and more goals, quite frankly, but you know, we made it work. Day, brilliant on his debut. Everyone's on their debut today because we had to sign an entire squad, you'll remember. We'll praise his performance though. We don't want him to have his head drop. Defensive work was top notch. Your goal scoring was pretty good too, son, I'm not gonna lie. But that's all good. So we're gonna do that magical mystical jump cutty thing where I take you from this to the next game, which is against Mariki in 7 days. If anything happens in the meantime, I'll come back and let you know, but I don't see us getting fired, so I guess I'll see you in a few days. Hey guys, so we're back now with the second game in Group A of the PVFA Cup. We're playing against Mariki. Again, they're another team from a lower division. They're not quite as bad as the last team according to the bookies. As you can see, we're not completely expected to smash them. We're not expected to struggle either. Hopefully it's just going to be a case of let's play the same system we did before, we'll grind out a result, we'll get used to the system, we'll see what happens. And that's pretty much what I plan on doing. We're going to stick with the same team. I thought about bringing in our other left winger. I don't really want to change a winning team unnecessarily. There's no glaring fitness issues. Maybe Peter Glinton could do with a bit more match practice, but he's about to get that, so he'll be fine. So we're just going to get into it. We're going to see what happens, see what magic the world brings us. Whilst the teams warm up. Again, like I said, it's an older laptop. We'll give it a chance. So no names we recognise. I checked before. They don't have any players who are worth a conversation. They are all just greyed out. Nobody's. But there's a few little changes here. So you'll notice that Day has got his little star for highest average rating for that phenomenal performance in the last game. Let's go into the dressing room. It's a bit breezy out there today, so that's going to make that 22 degrees feel ever so slightly less balmy. The assistant, I think he just smiles at them and walks out when I ask him to help. There is a bit of a language barrier, actually. I should point this out. So the language they actually speak in Vanuatu is very similar to English. I looked it up and it's readable, and it's kind of a bit like a patois, like you know how Jamaicans speak. That it's very similar. It's very understandable. I had a go at speaking, so I'm not going to do it now. But it looked like it was easily done. Be an easy adaptation. But there's some history of it being a French colony. The game has French as the official language. All of these players speak English, and obviously our assistant manager, who is local, speaks French. So it might just be a language barrier. Hopefully these guys will pick up some French. If not, I'll teach Fred some English. Probably find out his name isn't Freddy Fred. He's just been called Freddy and Fred for so long by English people he doesn't understand what's going on. The pitch doesn't look to be in the best of shape. How do you think the conditions will affect your performance? To be honest, I don't think it makes a bit of difference because they've got to play on the same pitch. But that's not an option, so we'll just pick one at random. The ultra excitement of players walking onto a pitch. This is the biggest ground I've played at. You'll see just on the left here from the group screen. Tapuji and Mary, they're currently holders of the trophy. In our group, we're going to play them next. We're going to play them off camera. If we win, we'll probably go through. If we don't, we'll probably still go through because none of these guys are really up to anything else. It's about 9 to 12, well, 10 to 12 points you need to get through, really. We'll play off camera. This game apparently is on TV. We don't see any TV money from it, but that's live. Krishna's clear through. Can he do something? He hit the post and it's cleared. Early chance. I wasn't expecting early chance. It took us ages to produce anything useful in the last game. So another highlight. So Lee's picked up the ball from the goal kick. Lake to Hodge. Hodge needs to make a choice. Back to Lake. That wasn't the choice I'd have made, but there we go. Lake over the top with the hoof. Krishna onto Guishard, and it's straight into the keeper's hands. He's not the best at one-on-ones. I don't think he likes it when he's clean through. I think he'd rather have the challenge than the pressure to score. Well, we're going to try and train out of him. I showed you before, I showed you my little development tactic. That's also pretty much the positions I train the players for, because I want them to improve in things, and the complete forward is really good for improving composure. It's something I've always found is that it makes players who aren't so great at one-on-ones develop that skill. We've got a free kick. Lake's going to whip it across. I just tapped it across to Hodge. It's a beautiful move, but he's not really done anything with it. May have found Guishard. He didn't find Guishard. That was just sloppy. I'm expecting the highlight to end around here because I can't see that Lee is going to do anything much from here unless it's a mistake that costs us a goal. He's knocked it forward to Hodge. Hodge has turned it inside, but he's given it away. We've got to start giving the ball away, boys. Namatak's going to be clean through if we don't do something here. And that's 1-0 down. 1-0 down. Come on, guys. These guys are so bad we couldn't find a logo for their team. That's how low on the footballing totem pole is. We couldn't find a logo for their team. It was 4-1, guys. We had to do something there. Had to do almost anything with that but let him score. Just needed someone to step across him. We've got a corner though. Lake's going to whip it in. We do something. Oh, the magic of Humphrey Day again. He's becoming a goal scoring machine, that boy. We're gonna have a statue of him at this rate. That's 2 goals in 2 games. Another corner he's nodded in. Unbelievable. If our strikers could get goals like this, we would be laughing. 10 minutes in, we've had so much action already. When I was saying before about no 7-goal thrillers, I'd like it if this wasn't one unless we score the next 5. Because they're slightly better than the last team. And I feel like they could probably do us some damage. Let's hope we get a few uneventful minutes where we can just kind of relax, let the game kind of settle down a bit, figure out what we're going to do. This team are fitter than the last one. They're not so obviously behind us on the fitness. That's a slight concern. Bong taps it across to Yellow and hits the crossbar. I don't know why Lee was trying to slide that out. Poida was offside, so that's fine. That's enough for us to be slightly woken up by, but nothing to cause us any severe drama. Let's hope we can get some more time tick by. It seems like Hodge is not having a good game out there on the right wing. That's a little bit disturbing. I don't really want to throw Gibson on there every time. I mean, it will help with his developing playing there. I want Hodge to turn good. He's such a versatile player. He's by no means got the most potential in the squad, but he's a really good player. Like, he's a really good player for this level. He's got a lot of experience. He's played international football. He's one of those players you just want to come good for you. Guichar's taking the long ball over the top. He's one-on-one with the keeper. Oh, he's managed to kick it straight into the keeper's hands again. We need to teach the boy how to finish. We really do. Lake's got another corner. Can he get it onto the head of Day again? He's got it in. Oh, Rojas out jumps Day, clears it. Hodge with the second ball. Oh, Rojas again. Rojas saved him. He saved his team twice there. Another corner. Really want Day to get another one. I want him to be the hero. Oh, Day got a touch, but he couldn't quite bring it to any useful part of his body to put it in, and now they're on the break. Regan Vanu is breaking down the left. Come on. Oh, we've broken it down. We broke down the play. We're all good. We're okay. We're going to relax now. This is the most relaxing first half. I feel like we should be doing more than we are, and we seem like we're struggling. I don't like, because in my head I know we've got to play Tupuji and Meta next, and I don't want to drop points before we get there because I think we're going to struggle to beat them. It's a real concern for me. We'll see if we can see this through to half time. If we can keep it 1-1 at half time, we'll be fine. A couple more minutes added on, that should just tick by. We're going to get the obligatory highlight of the referee blowing a whistle, always a highlight in everyone's life. I mean, I say this, I'm a Swindon fan. Usually the sound of a referee's whistle means another defeat for us. But, you know, that's what happens when you have a dodgy chairman. There's a YouTube strike if he ever sees it, but you know, it won't bring back the money he stole. Anyway, so we're going to hand this over to our assistant. They're looking delighted. They're not looking fired up, but they're looking delighted. They're happy that we like that they came in 1-1. Humphrey Day looks extremely like. Hopefully this will drive him on. I really want to get that kind of motivation to go on, score another goal. Got high hopes for the kid now. He's growing me. He's becoming a favourite. Standard kick-off highlight, which I don't think anything will happen from. We don't seem like we're terribly organised. A hoof over the top, you lose. He's dealt with that. He'll deal with that all day long. Another highlight. Krishna back to Clinton. Tanis Sapper on the left. He's got the pace to spare. It was a terrible ball over. Maybe we can get it on the second ball. Would have liked to have seen more hustle coming across from the from his partner in centre mid, but Ice is over the top now. Ice has got it. Can he get across over? He has to Hodge. Keeper got a touch to it, but he couldn't quite hold it. Hodge just scrambled through. That I honestly thought that was just going to end with the weakest tipping past the post, but it hasn't. We've been all right. We've done okay off this. But look at it again. Ice is, again, he takes an across. Hodge gets his foot to the ball. Malas gets his hand to it, but Hodge has put it away. I was a bit concerned about him earlier in the game, but he's contributed. That's all we can really ask. He may not be pulling in an 8 or a 9 right now, but he's contributing, and that's what really matters. We've got the lead. I think we can hold it. We're all over them. Stats wise, we are absolutely dominating them, everything except possession, but we seem to have decided that we're just going to play a hoofing it over the ball kind of game. Our assistant wants us to have a look at the goal scoring threat with crosses. We'll probably do that. Also, you'll see Tapuji and Mare. Always, we've just wasted opportunities. Tapuji and Mare are currently 5-1 up. I mean, they're a good side. They've made a couple of signings as well, it's worth noting. Hopefully we'll see this out though. Malas gone out wide. Namatak got to that, but Paulino looks like he can hold on to this. Forward to Isa. Straight ball through. Christian's got onto the through ball from there. Unbelievable. Oh, he's hit the post. Isa's got a chance to put it through. Guichard, can he make a decision? No, he can't. Bong took it off of him before he could make any choice whatsoever there. Wow. It's been alright though. It's been okay so far. I'm not panicking. I think we can see this through. I'm liking what we're seeing. We seem, whenever we get the ball on that left-hand side, we seem to do something with it. Isa, I think in my head now, is definitely the first choice left winger. He always looks like he wants something. This is a weird camera angle. Mamani has kicked it. I couldn't see anything through the floodlight, but we'll assume he did a good job. Hodge has got to it. Oh, Ice is going to get onto that. He should never have got near that. A decent right back would have dealt with that. Ice is hanging around the corner flag. Flick over the top to Glinton. That's a cheeky ball. What's Lake going to do with it? He's looking backwards. It's found Lee, the right back. Everyone's coming into play now. We're not even hurrying. Lee over the top. Guichard. He's buried it. Unbelievable. 3-1. That he needs that goal. I think he needs to get a bit more confidence in himself. Lee has done beautifully with the cross. That was good build up all the way through. Like, I think it was Lee with the through ball to Isa as well on the left hand side, which should never have got there, but it's ended in a goal, and that pretty much ends it for us today. I think they might get 2 more. They're probably going to start fading away at this point. Well, let's take by. We're going to make a few subs in a second just to save some tired legs. I'm not sure who's coming off or where they're coming off, but we'll figure it out when we have to figure it out. Game's ticking by. Nothing's really happened. I think we might have beaten Mariki into submission a little bit here. Let's make a quick change just to see if we can give someone some experience or whatever it takes really. I'm going to bring Leslie on the left wing for Ice. He's a little bit out of position there, but it'll be fine. Gibson's going to come on for Lee. He can play at right wing, at right back, so that's not a problem. I don't know if I want to rest Lake or Jasoni. Lake's playing a blinder, so I don't know if I want to rest Lake or Paulino. We'll send on Jasoni for Paulino, I think, because Jasoni needs to get his match fitness up. Paulino's played very, very well today. But but I don't think they're going to get forward enough to really scare us. So I feel good in making this change. Tyreek Leslie isn't a left winger, or certainly can't play that far back on the left wing, but he should be able to figure out. He's not playing against Real Madrid. I don't think he's going to come up against the top right back here. So hopefully, if we actually start the game again, hopefully we'll make this work. Just over 10 minutes to play. We should be alright. We're going to see this through. We're going to take our second win on the trot. Lake's got a corner. He's going to whip it over. Can he find Day with it? He doesn't. They've cleared it only as far as Hodge. What can Hodge do? He's been alright today. Yalu, I don't know what the hell happened there. Hodge has chased it back down though. Can he turn? Can he see any options? He's just whipped it across to Leslie. Leslie's brought down for the penalty. We've got a penalty. Tyreek Leslie wins as a penalty. Ryanel Krishna is going to take it, and hopefully he'll stick this away. We have no good penalty takers. Frankly, Stevie Wonder would be just as good a penalty option for us as anyone on the field right now. So it's just pot luck. Can he put it away? He has. 4-1. We've scored 6 on the first live com. That's not too shabby. It just smashed it. There was no technique there at all. He just took a deep breath and smashed it as hard as he could, somewhere in the vague direction of the goal. But it worked, so we'll take it. A few more minutes left to play. Another corner. Can we get another goal? Can we get a fifth? Lake, no. Gone as far as Leslie. Leslie's probably going to put it across to someone. Day's turning. He wasn't going to have a pop from there, but Hodge might. Oh, it's another penalty. We've got another penalty. I don't even know what that was for. I'm going to take the ref's word for that, but I don't know what that was for. Krishna's going to take another penalty. It's going to be another shut your eyes, cross your fingers, hope he hits it in the right direction. We'll see what happens. He's done it again. 2 penalties from a man with all of the penalty taking skills of Oscar Pistorius. Unbelievable. Wow. Just made an Oscar Pistorius joke in 2017. That's bound to go down like a lead balloon, but there we go. That's all good. 5-1. I'll take another penalty, quite honestly, but 5-1 will do us. I feel like we've made a statement of intent. This is probably going to be the last use of the game. Amani must be his first touch of the game, bar picking the ball out the net earlier. Rojas has picked it up. I think Deloy was kicking for touch. He could have just tapped it to any of his players. We could have messed around for a couple of seconds. Or Soromon's through. What's he going to do here? Come on boys, box him out. Sent it back to Russ. Come on, that bounced right past your feet. You should have just hoofed it anywhere, to be honest. Poida Poida's going to look for Yalu. 10 seconds left to play. Poida forward to Namatak. Anything. Tanesapa's taken the ball. Long searching ball forward to Bong, but the ref's going to blow at any second now. There we go. That is the game. Wow. That was... There we go. Frankly, the assistant's just got to look at this and go, great. There's no point adding to an assistant's team talk when all he has to do is clap his hands and say well done to the boys. Same result of Tipuji Emere, which is beautiful. We've only conceded 1 goal so far, which was that early goal, but we fought back. Tipuji has conceded 2 though already, which tells me they might have a dodgy backline. I think we can take advantage of that. Still have some goal difference. They're clearly firing, but I think we can take advantage of any defensive weakness. Let's leave the match. Let's do that bit where it does some loading. Oh, Rahimi on international duty, by the way. We signed a striker. He is Afghanistani. He's an Afghan striker. I will show you him because I think he's going to feature for us. The only reason he didn't sit on the bench for us today was being on international duty, obviously. But he's 18 years old. He's decent. He's a decent player. He's not. His best position according to the game is as a winger, but he's naturally a striker. He's not the quickest, but he's quite fit. He looks like he's going to be quite good at just taking people on. Like, I don't think we're going to get 30 goals a season out of him, especially when we play 14 games a league season. But I don't think we get 30 goals out of him. You know, he's not that striker, but I think he's the guy who just confuses defences a little bit, and I like that. He also strikes me as, you know, he might not be the strongest player, but he's stronger than a lot of players in this league. And between that and his dribbling, I think if we need to kill a game, he's going to be the guy to do it. He played for Exeter before he came to us as well, so he's been at a decent level. Like, he's been at a level higher than this, and that's going to be important. We've got a post-match press conference. We've put one over on Lexa Fred, despite not having been in the job long and giving up something in terms of experience. It's got to feel good. I generally don't care, but we'll put that there. Alan just only made his Shepherd's debut from the bench. Will he be in our first team plan soon? Absolutely, let's not rush him. Taking result was on the cards was an exaggeration. It's a brilliant win. We turned it around, we're delighted, and 2 wins from 2 is good news. We've put ourselves in a good position, that's all we can really ask. Kivar Lake was a joy to watch. He really is simply faultless. When he plays like that, we're signed a lot of young players that are conscious effort on the part of the club to build for the future. No, they're just cheaper. But if we can tie a few down, we are a semi-professional club, we're not an amateur club, which means these players could get stolen from us over the course of this transfer window. But I don't think they will, and we can tie them down. If they turn to be any good, we'll tie them down just so we can get some money going in for them. Let's have a quick look at the finances, see how playing those 2 games has had any effect at all on us. We've lost some money this month. Our overall balance, though, it keeps going up, and that's good. That's pretty much it. I just want to talk about the team dynamics as well, actually. Because I haven't looked since I signed these players. They're probably all at the same level on the hierarchy. They are. Willie Gibson, our captain, seems to not care about you one way or another. Because they all kind of signed at the same time, though, you'll find they're all in the same social group. They've all been hit the same. They all speak English. It should be easy to keep this team happy. The cohesion is poor, but they all signed on the same day. They're all very new. I think these guys who are unhappy in the New-21s, honestly, I wouldn't worry about them. They were the grey players, as you can tell, that I signed just to fill gaps. I don't care. If they're a problem, I'll release them. And if they're not, then maybe they'll play a game or 2. There's really nothing to lose there. I also want to put Natani Carlo is coming in. He's on trial because he's 17. He can't sign for us until January officially. When he turns 18. I've got a good feeling about him. Even he was one of those guys that we did sign in the 190 something players. His potential ability was a lot higher than that. I think we could have something special here. He's versatile. He's not the tallest. He's a 6-foot player, so we can work on his jump, we can work on his heading. He's going to be a centre half that we might be able to, and that pace, if I remember rightly, is to the higher end of that. So when he finally arrives, we are going to see something very, very special from the kid. Aside from that, we've played those 2 games. I'm going to start wrapping it up because it's stupidly early in the morning and I have to be up very, very soon. My phone, as you can probably hear, is going mental in the background, which probably means something happened somewhere in the world. We'll soon find out. Yeah, so we are doing well in the PVFA Cup. We are 48 days away from the beginning of the league. Let's have a look at the schedule. I'm going to play these 2 games off camera. We're going to come back for our next video for the last game against Black Sands Eagles. Hopefully, if we've beaten Tapuji and we've got a result here, we'll have something to play for. If we haven't, we'll just carry on regardless, because that's what we do. So we'll play the last game. Straight after that will be either if we go through a quarter-final, and if we don't, we'll play against Ciaraga and we'll start the league season, which sounds like a plan. So that's it from me. I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button, follow me on Twitter, Chasing Lamely, exactly as it's spelt on the channel. Hit up everything else in the link down below, and I'll see you next time. Thank you very much.